You might have seen my last video where I tell you I'm getting an eyebrow hair transplant. Well, guess what? I got it done, and this is 1 day post-operation. Before I show you the intermittent results, because I'm very much swollen right now, let me take you on a journey of where it first began. Me heading to the airport to go to Miami, Florida. All right, well, it is the day we travel to get the first and foremost eyebrow hair transplant done. We are going to Miami, Florida today. I'm ready to go. And I got a notification that I have been automatically upgraded to first class, baby. We're traveling first class to getting the eyebrows done. So let's go. Also, I forgot to tell you this. So my procedure is actually the first procedure of the day. So I have to be at the clinic at 5:45 a.m., which means I have to wake up around 4 a.m. because I need some time to just like wake up, get my bags and my stuff and walk out and then find the clinic because, you know, I'm not from Miami, so I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. So I am waking up early, which is not a big deal. I'm gonna try to get an early flight back, but I was told that 5:45, I'll be done around 1 p.m. and I can start heading back home after that. And I will be obviously not be taking any pain meds. They do give you the option for pain meds. They give you the option for sleep meds as well if you need them, or you can even go under sedation, IV sedation if you need it. I'm not doing any of that stuff, so. I'm driving to the airport. It's dark. I have butterflies in my stomach for so many reasons. Number one, because I'm going alone and I kind of would have preferred to go with someone, but it's okay. I'm going there with a purpose. That's what I have to remind myself. Number two, I'm going somewhere and it's going to be great and it's going to change the way I look forever. So I am very, very excited. So here we go. Okay, we're still not up to this point in the video where I show you 1 day post-op, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you anyway. But I will tell you, it's a lot better since yesterday. 1 day post-op here. So where I last left you is me arriving to Miami. Let's just say things really got out of hand once I landed. Really quickly, what ended up happening is my flight got delayed, so I ended up landing around 11 p.m., which was originally planned to land at 9:30 p.m. I went to get my rental car, but for some reason they were understaffed and waited in line for a very long time, which was followed by me waiting in line for a very long time to also get out of the airport. I ended up getting to my hotel, which I pre-booked ahead of time. And because I arrived at 1 a.m., they ended up booking my room to someone else. Here I am in the middle of the hotel, knowing that I needed to wake up in just 4 hours to go to my procedure. I literally broke down. So obviously I didn't record all of that because I was having a little anxiety attack because I knew I wasn't gonna get to sleep. Luckily, after my breakdown, I was like, I need to get it together. I need to get whatever amount of sleep I can get before my procedure. So I found another hotel, ended up going to it, arrived at 2:30 a.m., took a quick shower and hopped in bed. I ended up sleeping around 2 hours. I woke up the next morning and I had a lot of nerves. My body wasn't feeling it with lack of sleep. That's why I looked so tired when I was getting my procedure. But let's go ahead and hop into the details of the procedure. I arrived to Dr. Jeffery Epstein's office, and may I tell you, all their staff are the sweetest people ever. Everybody was there was so nurturing, and I think it's a Miami thing because they were the sweetest people ever. So the first thing I did is I signed consent forms and consulted with Dr. Epstein because I only consulted with him virtually, so he wanted to see the details up close, told me I'm a great candidate. Then we ended up walking to the back where Dr. Epstein drew over my eyebrow shape. First step in this room is to draw on the eyebrows before we move to harvesting from the back of the head. Took some measurements, and what's really interesting is, if you guys remember in my last video I said I wanted to get a brow lift, but I don't even know if it's even necessary anymore because this was the brow that was droopy. So this is the before. This was a droopy eyebrow. Was thinking that after I get my eyebrows done, like the hair transplant, that I would still get a brow lift. But from what I look like right now, even though I'm really swollen, I don't feel like I have droopy eyebrows anymore. So he actually, if you look at where he drew my eyebrow, he literally drew almost a whole eyebrow above my actual natural eyebrow. So I, even as a child, never had hair up here. I never did. So he did put hair above the natural brow, which feels like I got a brow lift, but I never got a brow lift. The brows did lift because there's hair where usually there isn't any. Right now they're not shaped because I do have my old brow hair. Dr. Epstein needed to basically outline that brow shape with the needle where the hair will actually go in. And before he did that, they did have to numb my brows with some anesthesia. And I will tell you something. They did warn me that it's painful. Now, if you've gotten Botox or if you've gotten fillers before, it's almost the same type of pain. I really expected it to be worse. There were moments of it where it was worse, but it was mere seconds and very tolerable if you've gotten that stuff done before. When the medicine went in, it really stung, but then you immediately feel nothing, and that's when the procedure started. So he outlined my eyebrows, then they turned me over, they numbed the back of my head where they were gonna get the follicles from. I asked for FUE where I don't have any portions of my head taken out or my scalp taken out, but they take the follicles directly from my head. So you do have to keep your head down for a long period of time. And I would say that's probably the toughest part of the surgery. I didn't take Ambien. They give you Ambien to sleep if you want to sleep. They also give you some sedation if you need it, or like Valium to kind of calm you down. I didn't do any of that because I needed to drive back to the airport to head to my flight back home. So I didn't do any of that. I was very much aware during the whole procedure. And I would say that was the toughest part for me, is keeping my head down and just not moving for a few hours while they took the follicles that they needed. And they took around 700 grafts from the back of my head. Now, I do have a video showing what they took out. And if you want to see that, let me know. I can maybe post it in a different video or as a short, because it is a little graphic. Because I was actually curious before I got this procedure done, how much of the back of my head is going to get shaved. It is a pretty good amount that gets shaved. I don't mind though. I have a lot of hair. As you can see, I still have a lot of hair, but I didn't mind it. After they took enough grafts, they were actually a very well-oiled machine. They had 2 people working on my brows when we started putting in the follicles, and then they had another person separating the follicles, so they were working really fast. The whole process took from, I would say, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's how long I was there for. And for a permanent result, it's so worth it. But here I am around 1 o'clock showing you the final result right after the procedure. I will note that during the procedure, I was a lot more swollen. This is what I looked like right in the middle of the procedure. And that's when I saw myself in the mirror and was really shocked at how swollen I was. Not recognizable. Again, it didn't last long. And then as I was walking out, I felt like the swelling was a lot less. And later when I came back at night, which I'll show you later in the video, it was even a lot less than that. All right, this is after swelling. Don't be scared. Yeah, final result, but remember, I still have my hair from before that needs to be plucked underneath to show the real shape and also the swelling. All right, guys, I'm in the car. I'll update you on everything later because I need to go catch my flight. I got an earlier flight out. First class again, thank God. Gonna go scare some people at the airport from the swelling because I definitely don't look like myself. I got a mini coupe and it took me, so it's a long story. I only got to sleep an hour. Long story, I'll tell it to you later. But I only got to sleep an hour and I had to take 10 minutes to figure out this brand new mini coupe. Anyway, we'll talk later. It's 8:14 or 8:15 p.m. Same day I got the procedure. I mean, the swelling has gone down so much. I was able to get some sleep on the plane ride back, but I've been looking at it with a magnification to see the hairs where, basically what they look like. I mean, here you go. So this is where we're at right now. There's bruising, but I look more like myself. If you saw the picture that I took right as we are doing the procedure, I was very much swollen. So definitely did not stay that way. It's gone down. I'm more recognizable. It's bruised. It's been it's been 7 hours now since we stopped working on it. I can tell they're scabby, they're drying up and scabbing, and you're not supposed to get them wet for 5 to 10 days. I'm gonna stay safe. I'm not gonna get them wet for 10 days, but whew, it's something that I invested so much in, flying down, being away from my kids, actually going through the procedure, coming back, and obviously the healing period. I'm definitely gonna be doing this the right way. But if you can tell right here, I have my original hairs because I haven't been plucking for a few months because I was about to get this procedure, so I didn't want to pluck. So Dr. Epstein can see where my hair is, where I have hair and where I don't have hair. Day 2 after procedure, I'm swollen again. I'm not gonna lie, I did not